The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live, Geek.Nerd.Tech, featuring a weekly roundup of tech news and gossip. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Geek.Nerd.Tech.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Welcome to Geek.Nerd.Tech, the show we break down nerd culture, tech news from a black and brown geek perspective. My name
I was expecting it to come up.
I'm Joe Braswell. I'm joined on panel by Alexis Torres. How are you, Alexis?
I'm good. How are you? It's been a while.
It's been a while. I'm fantastic. We got a week off, and I'm joined as always by Achilles Shine.
It's good, my brother.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm well.
All right.
How you doing, man?
I'm fantastic. This is our first show in our brand new studio.
It's awesome.
The brand new AfterBuzz Media studio. As you can look around, you can see we got a nice brick wall for the streets.
Really?
Keeping it real.
Oh, my word.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that.
But welcome to the show. We're happy to be back. Lots to discuss from a tech standpoint. We have some video games to talk about with you, Alexis. Something I'm a little excited about, which I haven't got a chance to look at. So we'll talk about the Emmys and Andy Samberg's, Emmy stunt that he pulled. But before that, stunt is his stunt. Because I want to get with you on that, because I know you're already thinking it's conspiracy theory that it was. It was
You don't
not.
know what I'm thinking, dog.
I already know what you're thinking, dog.
Oh, gosh.
I already know
gosh.
that it wasn't spontaneous. I already know it's publicity stunt. We'll get to that in a second. In the meantime, I want to talk about Facebook and their 360-degree video that they're dropping in their news feeds. They did a Star Wars one. They did a LeBron one coming up, and I don't know, man. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, did you? Well, first of all, what it is it's you utilize this new technology where you can use your mouse cursor to zoom to flip around and see a 360 immersion of what's happening. As seen in the latest, not Linkin Park, but what's the Mike Show rep group, Fort Minor.
Yeah.
And Fort Minor, the latest Fort Minor video utilizes technology. It works on your iOS devices with your accelerometer as well as your cursor. I think it's kind of dope. There already are a couple of companies that specialize in this exclusively. What do you think of this, Achilles?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome in the sense that we already know that Facebook owns Oculus VR. So in anticipation of the future and us as consumers and partakers of media, and using the technology for virtual reality experiences, I think Facebook is being very strategic in how they're positioning, their billion user base,
right,
and how they can interface with content. Like, we're going to begin to see more emergence of 4K, 8K television, and now virtual reality immersive experiences. And so I think to be able to have your favorite celebrities or your favorite popular culture, film or TV, to be able to pick and choose what you see and how you interact with the content, and you're doing it in the Facebook ecosystem. You don't have to do it through Safari or Firefox or another browser. Or I think it's super smart. It's ahead of the game, and as more content developers and creators make content that's for this experience, it'll become more commonplace. And I mean, God, the new iPhones have 4K. You'll be able to have more interaction and more interaction and immersiveness with your smartphone, your tablet. I think it's just a smart move across the board.
All right, Alexis, what do you think of this?
No, I'm pretty much everything that Achilles said is on point. I just feel like we just hit that point now that, we're already making movies with iPhones. Why not start really working with augmented reality on our phones as well?
Well, I guess the question is, will you use it? It's very cool. Will you use it? I agree. I like the Linkin Park video the Fort Minor video they did. I thought it was very innovative and cool. So this kind of stuff is amazing. The idea of following LeBron through a workout in real time is also very cool. I mean, I like the idea of that. It's very good engagement. How they're going to translate this technology into the actual hardware of Oculus Rift, for the average user will be interesting to see.
Well, I think the reason why they have this technology is that you don't need the Oculus Rift.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So, but I think it's great. So, and the fact that there's the company that did the LeBron video is like they're a company that specializes in 360-degree video. So they're already production companies who jump the gun.
Yeah.
I'm sure LeBron owns it somehow. But
has some sort of shares or something.
Like, why am I hearing about this company all of a sudden? Oh, look at LeBron. I get it. So I should have research. But anyway, so yeah, it could be very exciting. It could be very cool, and we'll see where it goes to. The next thing is the latest viral video explosion that's happened. We were just in New York, Akili. We did not see. We saw versions of this, but the pizza rat. The pizza rat.
This video is everywhere.
And it's everywhere. Now. And my man, he wanted a whole slice of pizza. He drug a pizza into his home, presumably into his subway home. We didn't see the end of the video.
Yeah.
But it is crazy, and it started a whole thing about who owns that content when something goes viral and it appears on one site. And it causes a bunch of hits on like a Gawker or a Verge or any of the other sites. How, is there a proprietary who got their first video situation? I mean, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this? Either of you? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't know. That was gonna be my question because I don't really understand how that works unless is it the uploader who gets.
Oh, it's the internet, so no one owns it. But I think that what's happening is there's such a when something like this is posted and you have bajillions of views, all those views are worth money. So
yeah, I mean, I think the creator does own it, just like with anything else. Like if Toyota makes a commercial, Toyota owns that commercial, even though it's played and goes viral on the internet. They own it. Same thing with any other creator. So I think that's the argument. Is like, well, there's a middle company that got involved, and they're actually trolling the internet looking for potential viral videos, and they'll approach a creator and be like, hey, we'll give you a percentage of rev share, but we'll help ramp up the virality of the video, but then we get the credit. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, you're licensing your content. We get the credit. You get a little bit of money.
It's an interesting business.
Yeah, I mean, but it's the same thing as it's television. So like, what's the difference? What's the argument?
Yeah.
Like if the rat pizza video gets 100 billion views, like that company that owns the rights, or that singular person that created the video should get the credit and should get the economic credit of it as well.
I completely agree.
Right. What about the rat? No one's talking about the rat. Can the rat get some money?
He's got pizza. What are you talking about? He is living the life, finding slices of awesome New York pizza and other types of goodies.
Leave them rats alone.
All right. So, today is the day that the new iPhones actually arrive in stores, I believe. And
so exciting.
Are we going again, Keely? Are we leaving here and going straight to the Apple Store?
I'm just going to stay over here.
No?
Don't mind me.
Okay.
Absolutely not. We are not going anywhere.
All right. I agree. But I do want it. But Apple has this new thing. Is coming out, this new ad blocking software, which is interesting because the internet now financial ecosystem is based on the ability to be able to serve you ads and detailed and customized ads. So that being said, if the future of the internet is to serve you customized ads, and Apple has ad blocking software, how can they do that? What does this mean? What does this mean for the future of ads? What do you think?
I mean, I think, man, like when you hop on the internet, it's kind of overwhelming as it relates to how ads are positioned and how ads are targeting people. Like most of the time, you don't pay any attention to it, so it's like it's wasting space. It's wasting a lot of attention. And so I think Apple's thinking like, hey, we want to be able to maximize everything. Like, why give away real estate to someone that we really don't have to?
Right.
Hey guys, somebody's computer or phone is too close to the mic, and that's what you're hearing in that feedback.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Could be me.
So yeah, I think I mean, to be in the App Store, you have to kind of give a rev share. You have to give a percentage to Apple, and there's big companies like Amazon that aren't doing that. Like with their Kindle app, they're not giving a rev share to Apple. So Apple's like, well, then you can't buy Kindle books through the Kindle app. You have to buy it through, Safari or through a browser.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to even expand that even with the ad block, so that, hey, anything that's going through an Apple device, like, it's controlled, it's manicured, it's curated by Apple, not some outside force.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting to me, because that seems like to sort of kill the spirit in which the open wild west of the internet, like how you're able to make money is to be able to reach people. And if each individual, whether it's content provider or a URL or company controls what you can see, isn't that a form of like censorship in some
Not
way?
really. I don't think.
I don't think so. I mean, does Apple have a problem with reaching people?
No, well, I mean, but for the big dogs, Apple, no, they can control their message and keep everyone else out.
If you're going to use their phone, their device,
Yeah.
using their platform, why can't they determine it?
Do you respond, or do you have a hard time with all the being inundated with ads?
No, not really. I kind
No.
of just ignore it, just like commercials to a point. It's just kind of like they're there because it's in my brain. I always see it as they're a business. They need it. That's
Right.
just a thing. So I'm going to just kind of just go with it at
Right.
that point.
I was in the Apple Store last night taking care of my computer, which crashed again. But I got it. Thank you. I know I crashed it. Is it
on?
It works.
It's broken now,
Yeah,
guys.
no, it works now. But
Thanks,
Thought it was
Apple.
like the brick.
and it's not Apple. It's usually me, because I throw my phone around. Never mind, I throw my computer around a lot. But anyway,
Jeez.
but the guy next to me was he's complaining about, like, he's got some crazy adware on his computer, and he's getting inundated with all these ads, and pop-up ads are everywhere. And so the guy had to fix that. So I thought that was an interesting sort of thought, given what Apple's coming up with, and what we're talking about in the future.
Man, ads ruin the experience, man. Like,
Yeah.
unless you're interested in it, and
Yeah.
unless the company or platform can target you more specifically, like it to me, I think most people ignore it. Like, it's
Yeah.
just wasted real estate.
Yeah.
I agree. So speaking of Apple, them taking over the world is not extremely exaggerated, because they are coming out with their Titan project, which turns out to be a car.
Yeah.
It's a car, and they really want to. They've hired 1,200 new employees, and they plan on shipping its first car as early as 2019, and it's going to be an electrical joint, and they're serious about it.
What are they calling it?
Titan.
Okay. I was like, I'm really hoping
Well,
they
the
call it an
project's called
iCar.
Titan.
Called the iCar, I'm
They're
done.
really like jumping on the success
Done.
of Tesla Model S, and but then Porsche and Mercedes, like last week, announced that they're going to do electric cars. Audi just had that, just unveiled their Quattro, their new one.
How do you guys feel about all these electric cars coming
I
out?
think it's wonderful. I think it's the future. I mean, I think if we can get close to what Elon Musk and Tesla is doing in terms of efficiency and product and power, then yeah, I'm all for it. But Apple in the car game, I don't know, Kelly, what you think?
No, it's inevitable, and I think this has always been Apple's way of waging war and implementing disruption. Like, Apple is not a company that invents things. Apple's a company that comes in and looks at the landscape of things and makes it better.
Yeah.
So they've done that with MP3 player. They've done that with the phone. They've done that with the tablet. They've done that even with the computer. Like, so it's not like Apple's inventing stuff from scratch. Like,
But although
so
go ahead.
with that being said, I feel like they're in a great position, and they've always been in a great position to survey the land and be like, you know what, that's what you're doing. We're going to do it a little bit better. That's going to kill you off. And that's what they're going to do with the car. I believe it. And think about it already. There's already Apple technology in a lot of the vehicles. Everyone has an iPhone that they use and connect to their car.
Yeah.
So, like, to be able to have it all just uniformed, again, keeping you in the ecosystem. So when you're on your computer at work, when you get in the whip, when you're at home, like, it's all Apple.
Right.
So
I agree with all of that. I think that what Steve Jobs would have argued is that they don't sort of take a thing and make it better. They want to change the industry in general. So what they've done is and I think you had it right when you said Apple is a disruptor. They're disrupting. Like they disrupted the entire music industry. They killed the music industry.
Yeah.
So they came in and said, "Oh, music, haha. Here's what we're gonna do with music, not just music players." Like, and then the same thing, with now in television. That's what they're just trying to do with TV with this new Apple TV announcement. Oh, TV, haha. Here's how we're gonna do with TV. We're gonna kill off the whole business. Right. And so I think in the auto industry, I think that is also what Elon Musk and them are doing. Like, hey, GM, hey, guys, I know the way you do these combustible engines and oil and fossil fuel dependency and everything's going on, but here's what we're going to do with technology. There's something to be said for me about the hubris of the Silicon Valley, thinking that they have the solutions for everything in every way, shape, and form. But, Apple, it's Apple. I trust them. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great point. I think really the argument is not if Apple's going to create an electric car. I think is Apple going to create an electric drivable car? Right. I think that's the argument. And we're talking about 2019, 2020. That's 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Like
I'll be 35.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Math.
What's going to happen between now and then as it relates to that frontier? Because I think that's where it's at. Like how we can get our hands off the steering wheel and have the policy making in place where everyone feels secure that, hey, a drivable car is safer than a human behind the wheel.
Well, this is one of the questions that I want to ask you about this too. This is one of the questions that people are asking too, like, because the technology, like Uber and Google are spending a shit tons of money investing in the driverless car. We did stories about that a couple weeks ago. So people are like, why is Apple spending money? Why aren't they going that way? Why, the future is about driverless cars, but Apple's like just getting the auto game in general. What do you think about this, Alexis? Would you drive an Apple car, or are you waiting for the Samsung Galaxy Whip?
Shut up. It doesn't really matter. I mean, the one thing I'm excited for is that I am glad that we've always been talking about, like, we've been seeing movies for years now about seeing cars that are just the wave of the future. I mean, at one point maybe we'll actually have flying cars. You never know. But at the same time, I'm always thinking of just like money-wise, because that's just how my brain works. I feel like we will see these things, just like Teslas. They're like rare little unicorns that you see because you're like, I will never be able to afford that eventually. So even when driverless cars start to happen, in my brain it goes to, okay, that's great. We don't have to worry about being, actually having a human behind the wheel, but also there's still no control over that though.
Right.
So in my brain, again, I'm thinking of just the fact of, is it really safer than having a person behind the car? If like we actually can't control it, or I don't want to get into a whole different discussion of philosophy of human or robot, but in my brain that's what the question comes up is like, is it actually safer? But we're not really talking about that. We're talking about just the technology about it.
I think this is what has to be proven, obviously, but I think the technology is safer because a machine can process information faster than the human brain can. So. But the thing that is up for argument is, can a machine implement morality into their decision making? So if, hey, you're in the road, there's a little girl crossing the street, or there's a oncoming traffic, how are you going to navigate that? Are you going to hit the oncoming traffic, or are you going to run over the girl? So a machine may not be able to make that decision versus a human might make that choice, but the machine can make it faster. So
it's smart. No, I understand that, and that's why in my brain there's a weird playing field for that. But I'm actually excited to see cars and maybe houses and then anything else that they can touch and give the old golden apple touch there to see where they can go with technology and make things better. It's just that also I'm just thinking of my own safety because movies have ruined my life with that.
Yeah.
So.
I one last point. I'm interested to see what Apple's going to do when we talk about disruption. It's not just about making a vehicle that's driverless or not. I think it's disrupting how we use transportation, not just for the driver, but also for the passenger. So what is the passenger doing in the back seat? How is Apple going to design that space and use the technology
on Apple Music, on Apple TV,
whatever it may be,
on a computer, or an
that's
iPad.
interesting to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, all this is interesting to me. Look. The Apple Johnny Ive is the king of design. So I'm actually looking to see what happens from a design standpoint. I know that the Apple car will be super, super dope looking. All right, moving on. Twitch TV. Something I still do not understand.
I love Twitch TV.
But because I feel like I'm, maybe I'm a retired gamer at this point. But I feel like I play games and everything.
I don't think Twitch TV is for everyone, to be honest. Can you actually sit there?
Hell no.
See,
Right.
and just have somebody play for 6 hours? I was just doing that yesterday.
Well, let me just say this.
Not me playing, listening to somebody.
So Twitch TV, it's basically where you can watch other folks. There's a lot of things you can do. Watch other folks play through games live. Like there's tons of YouTube videos and watching playthroughs of GTA and other games, and with millions of downloads and millions of views.
People are making money too.
But
off
Twitch
of this.
TV,
They're watching it like LeBron.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Twitch TV, people are watching this live, like live
Yeah.
TV. And what's interesting about that is people laugh and roll their eyes, but I tell you what, they're doing 60 million unique visitors a month.
Yep.
That is staggering.
Yeah.
70% of those are in the coveted ages of men 18 to 24, which everyone's trying to reach.
Right.
Yep.
And this is the one that just blew my mind. They're doing more than 16 billion minutes a
Yep.
month of
Yep.
viewing.
Yep.
16 billion minutes of people watching other people watch other people play video games.
Yep.
So
It's ridiculous.
So there's money to be made for Twitch TV. Twitch TV, like, and with those numbers, Twitch TV is going to be the new HBO.
I mean, I just feel like, because I feel like the video game industry is just always going to be up and up. Like, I feel like it's never going to hit a certain point or just completely fall off the map.
No.
I just feel like with Twitch TV, it's just another way, because with YouTube, as people can see us here now, there is a chat room now, we can talk through that, we can share information and things like that. With Twitch, it's the same thing, except you're seeing something being more interactive, because they can, again, talk to you through the chat. You can donate money to whatever cause. Like, I know that
The cause?
no, like people will play for charities and stuff like that. That's what I mean by that. Or like for their actual company.
I was just
like,
like,
what?
the cause?
The cause for video games. But no, like, I like that some certain people get on Twitch or other streaming devices, and they'll do like speed runs to see how fast they can get through a level or a game or whatever. And then the money that people, like, there's backers or whoever, or people that are just watching, will donate certain money, and it will go to breast cancer awareness, or it will go to anything like that. So I think that's really cool that it's just a giant community, and also people who use Twitch TV as an actual just streaming source. Some of them are that's like their day job. Like, that's what they do. Like, I know that a good friend of mine, his name is CJ. That's all he does, is that he takes classic games. He's made his own type of rig to be able to use, like, his Super Nintendo and things like that, stream, and then he takes all of his donations and he uses it for bills and also to help out with other stuff for other people.
Man, he twitched out.
Yeah,
Wow,
and that's all he does.
I need to get on Twitch TV and pay some of my bills.
I mean, it works.
I play some.
He
play some Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's what he does. I think on his GTA or his, when he plays Counter-Strike, he makes probably about $600 a day.
What?
Yeah, from just views alone, because people are watching and they'll donate. He'll say it there. He's like, "Oh, someone donated $20. Someone donated $100. Somebody did this."
So I have a question for you.
I understand.
So, being
I understand.
that Twitch is owned by Amazon, being that YouTube is owned by Google, clearly those are huge, companies.
Yeah.
Like, why is Twitch such a great platform versus the same thing happening on YouTube?
I feel like because the way that the format is, it's faster. So the fact that you can actually play a full game, like on an Xbox One or something like that, it doesn't look like the HD will always be there. Like, I feel like the technology in the streaming service is just faster, so that you can be able to see the lag is definitely not as bad as YouTube.
And people want live, and same thing with television. Like, live TV is better than tape TV, and also Twitch. It's also a brand thing. Twitch is great.
Yeah.
YouTube is live.
I agree with you.
But I'm saying it's also a brand thing. Like, Twitch has created a community that is theirs. YouTube belongs to other people. YouTube's something else. Twitch is ours.
And also,
so I want to go to Twitch and do that, and then as opposed to, like, I ain't watching that on YouTube. I'm going to Twitch.
Well, yeah, and also the fact of, like, with YouTube, it's mostly you're going to get a lot more trolls on there because they don't really know anything. Everybody knows that Twitch is specifically for video games.
Yeah.
YouTubers, you're like, oh, you're watching a podcast, and then they're like, oh, there's someone talking about video games.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go pop in and just mess around with these people and then leave.
Jeff Bezos is like,
And also, yeah.
play the games, kids.
And the other thing is the one thing I also love about Twitch is that they're also very security based. So the mods that are on there are very on top of their game. Like, I'm also a mod, and if you can tell that someone's being a problem, as soon as you hit ban, that's it. You'll never see that person ever again. With YouTube, they're only banned for the day, and they can come back.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like their organization and their process is 10 times better than YouTube. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to that. Just before 4K TVs can get cracking. Like, we just saw the 4K TVs debut a couple of years ago. They're not even really into the mainstream right now. No one's really got a 4K TV that I know already.
I got one.
You got one? Okay,
Is it
except for
awesome?
Akili. Did you really get one?
Yeah.
Of course you did. So, but is it at the house yet? Did it come in?
It's here. It's there.
Well, when I'm gonna go see the 4K TV?
So
Tomorrow.
can we watch football? Can we Monday
can.
night, Sunday night football?
You sure
Anything?
can.
Yes.
Okay, well, most people except for Keely Sean do not have a 4K TV.
I do not.
But who cares? Because the 8K TV's here
got
from
that
Sharp. I got that in the bathroom. The 8K TV is it will be here in Japan next year.
I'm so excited.
So
What-
what's the difference between a 4K and this 8K TV?
Well, it's obviously double the resolution. I mean, you're talking about you're talking about. I mean, you're talking about whereas 1080 HD TV is rather 1080.
Right.
4K is 2160.
Yeah.
HD is 4320.
Are you kidding me?
Which means it'll
They're
be
pretty
like.
much like they're in your room, your living
Well, it'll
room
be
hanging
like
out,
it's
right?
more. Well, as with 4K, it's actually really more than the human eye can actually process. But what that means is it'll be like looking out the window.
Yeah.
It'll be
I was
like
just
looking out
might
the
as well
window.
just ask
Well-
the actors to act in my living room.
Well,
Save me money.
The thing that's dope about the technology is that with the 1080 TV, it's about distance from the viewer to the actual TV screen. So with
Okay.
the higher resolution, that distance becomes shorter. So you can you could come up to the TV and
Yeah.
it's still sharp when you're like
Don't do
damn
that,
near
kids.
nose on the TV.
Yeah.
Don't get too close
So
to the TV. Don't do that.
That's how you test it out. But in terms of like the 8K, like man, we're barely seeing content in 4K. So it's like okay, great, 8K coming out in 2 years.
Yeah, I'm already developed my new 8K TV show.
Great.
Oh dear God. Oh, man, movies are gonna be crazy.
And it's endless though. It's endless. Like they're
Right.
gonna have 20K. It's gonna go up
Yeah.
and up and up.
I can't. My eyes are already terrible. I can't do it.
I got my 8K.
At what point do we get diminishing returns on these?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, that sounds like that's more of a financial thing because at a certain point, the financial curve and the cost curve is going to just be prohibitive to the consumer. I don't know if there's going to be diminishing returns because you can things are only as good as the content created for it, right? So you could have 50,000 KTV and we're still in 4K technology. And
Who
no
cares?
one cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that weren't like some of the things we saw at CES, like some of that 4K, the 4K technology was just some of the best things I've ever seen. Like I had my nose up to the TV looking at a guy that was like a millimeter, like what he was like, probably on the screen he's like a mile away, but I could see a guy in a window like this live.
see his-
He's waving, hey,
Oh
and
my
I'm like,
God.
oh wow, so that's amazing. That's in 4K.
Right.
So, but I've never seen anything like programming wise to.
They had 8K at CES too. It was
they?
one. It was one TV. I think it was in the Samsung segment. It was 8K.
I'm sorry, it was a what now? I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But to answer your question, Stephen, I mean, in terms of diminishing returns on technology, no, but diminishing returns in terms of consumers, I think we've already reached that point. I mean, 8K is coming out, 4K is in our phones. People are like, oh, cool, but I don't think anyone really knows or cares. 8K,
Nah, they know.
They
the
know,
4K
but
on
they
the phone?
don't. I don't know if they
yeah.
actually care.
Well, the 8K on the television is like exciting, but are you running out to buy the 8K TV for $20,000?
No.
What? I'm sorry. How much?
It's more than 20
More
grand.
than
It's
20
120 grand.
Oh
Yeah,
my
because
God.
the 8K TVs the 4K TVs when they drop were like that.
Yeah.
And
I
some
can
are still
pay-
up there.
Yeah.
I can pay my loan off with all that money.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It's
So I don't know.
nuts. I can't do that.
But we'll see. I mean, we'll see how the whole thing shakes out as it goes there. But let's move on to I want to just touch really quickly on the Doomsday Seed Vault. Actually, forget the Doomsday. No.
He said no.
Do you want to talk about Doomsday Seed Vault?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, essentially, I believe it's Iceland. Is that correct? So they have a facility in Iceland where they have essentially seeds from all over the world that they've stored for the purpose of a doomsday scenario. If it's a natural disaster, a war, a famine, they're able to have seed that can be put in a specific environment that will obviously feed people.
It's like
And
the
so
Ark.
It is like the Ark.
and so essentially in the Middle East, because there's a lot of conflict, a lot of war, and now famine, and it's the agriculture infrastructure is kind of diminished, and it's devastated. So they've been tapping into the facility to get these seeds, and the question is like, what happens if those seeds run out? And so the article is just expressing like, hey, the importance of storing, essentially the key to us existing with our food source and like how we manage that with so much conflict and turmoil in the world. So,
Well, I think the scary thing about this, and we move on, is that like we built the Doomsday Vault for a Doomsday scenario, and we hope we don't ever have to use the Doomsday Vault but if we do, we have all of our seeds and all of our lives, everything's in the Doomsday Vault. But now the fact that we're to a point where we have to crack into the Doomsday Vault to save something on the planet is very scary. We're a little early. I mean, it's not Doomsday yet, but the fact that we're cracking into something called the Doomsday
But
Vault.
I would rather be safe than sorry, to be honest.
Yeah.
And even if it's not like a doomsday, probably a scenario, but the fact that, yes, the Middle East is running out of food and we're having a drought over here, it's just good to be prepared in any way, shape, and form. Because when a natural disaster hits or anything else that happens, at least we know that we're prepared.
Right.
So that's the paranoia in me.
Let's move into a harsh Doomsday. Speaking of Doomsday scenarios, the Emmys were last week.
Oh,
Okay, no.
did it?
I watched the Emmys. I liked the Emmys. I liked not that this is quick. I thought Andy Samberg was funny. Malone was a little uneven, but it was mostly funny. He had some good diversity things in there. Most diverse Emmys ever. Turns out to be the Emmys for Black women, which is good.
Yeah.
Three sisters won, and but the real winner is Fox and the sort of like virtual world of the Emmys. Virtual reality was nominated for something, and it won an Emmy. In the I think it's just in the it was in the Schmimmies, right? The Creative Arts Emmys. But I mean, it just begs the question about. All this new technology we're talking about, like the 360, the VR, the virtual reality, and changing the way of what quote unquote television is. Because frankly, within the next 5 years, there won't be a traditional television. It'll be just,
All right.
sorry,
All right.
it'll be who knows. This is TV. This is TV. Like TV is just. A concept at this point, not an actual device. Yeah. So what it opens the door for what Emmys are won for. I mean, heck, we could win an Emmy here at BHL at some point. So what do you think of this? This is a milestone, or is this just whatever?
I mean, I don't think it's a milestone.
Yeah, I'm also gonna agree with that.
I think that like it's good to applaud and recognize other forms of creativity, and obviously virtual reality is a newcomer in the game, and so yeah, I mean. Like the activations that we've seen virtual reality, implemented, like the Comic-Cons of the world, the E3s of the world, and how much of that has a social impact into promoting, more future creators in that space. I think it's good. And so then to bring that in the award space, it just further promotes the idea of creating with that technology. And so I like that part of it, but it's not something that's like I'm gonna champion. Like I can't believe they did that. Wow, they honored them.
Well,
it's cool.
If we won a virtual reality virtual reality Emmy, say that 5
Say
times
that,
fast, I think we'd be very happy.
I mean,
Well,
I think
yeah.
we would be happy if we won anything.
That's true. I still got my coolest guy in the world Emmy.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know. All right, but the other big news
It's missing an M.
Other big news at the Emmys were thank you. Other big news at the Emmys was that Andy Samberg gave away his HBO Go password as a part of a joke.
I was like, don't do that.
And he did it, and it worked, and it was real. And the question is, was this a publicity stunt by HBO, or was this Andy Samberg going rogue? Go. What do you think, Alexis?
The first one, obviously. Why would he just randomly just be like, I think this is gonna be funny. I'm just gonna throw. No, he obviously did this
Khaleesi fan at HBO.com or whatever.
I don't think that's even his actual
and
thing.
Then it was password 1. This is password.
Yeah, no, come on.
Come on, though. There's no randomization on anything that's prime time live network television.
That was planned. They
everything,
made an account with that name under there. That someone's TV provider was part of that. It was just for the Emmys. The Emmys? The Emmys.
Emmys. For the virtual reality.
Thinking of food, I'm hungry.
Hungry too.
I mean, I think it's like what we saw with Ellen during the Oscars with the Samsung selfie. Like, that's just spur of the moment. She just did it. No, it's the same type of thing. So obviously, HBO was like, hopefully millions of people will be drawn to this password. No, you'll be drawn to their site.
Yeah.
So maybe that you can sign up. That's the whole. That's the
Yeah.
marketing.
Like, let me try. Oh, I can't log in.
But it's free for a week or whatever whatever the promo.
It was
is.
actually only supposed to be for a day.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think it made it.
it
to
didn't
a
even-
day.
it
I
didn't
think
even
it
make
made
it
like an hour or something, because
yeah.
basically it triggered an automatic. So many people logged in with that same thing. It triggered an automatic shutdown. That's what HBO says. It triggered an automatic shutdown.
But you can sign up.
But hey, you can sign up.
Yep.
Tell you what, well, since you're here, sign up to our service. But yeah, I think it was a brilliant piece of marketing, and I loved it. Really quick, do you want to skip the Kardashians? The Kardashians have got a bunch of, they released a set of 4 lifestyle apps.
I saw, we don't have to talk about it for
Kylie
too
Jenner's
long.
app is number 1. The Kardashians are dominated in the app world.
Don't hate, bro.
I'm not hating
No,
at all.
I think
know
it's
people
awesome. Good for them.
Lola, our producer Lola, watches Kylie Jenner's Snapchat on a regular, like it's a TV show.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a thing.
I mean,
I'm looking right here. Like Kylie Jenner's Snapchat is like crack-a-lacking.
Keep
Yeah.
it 100, bro. Like
I mean-
Kim Kardashian made $74 million off
Yeah.
her app
It
last
hurts.
year.
App
last
alone.
year.
Last year.
It hurts my
74
soul.
million. Don't hate.
Don't hate.
Kardashians,
Congratulate.
do you want to adopt a 25-year-old? Just add it to the pile. I'll do anything.
Or would you like to adopt a 32-year-old?
I thought you said you were 35. What's happening
Not
here?
35 in a couple of years.
Oh, okay. That's
35.
still not math.
If you like to adopt the Keely's 34, I'm 32, so
Oh my god.
two young men in their 30s.
Man,
Moving
my
on.
man.
Last but not least, before we get out of here, I want to hear about Destiny's
Destiny's Taken King.
King.
Take
Destiny's
that thing.
Child.
Destiny's Child, the Taken King baby. Okay.
New game, Xbox 360, all platforms. No, Xbox 360 only because it's Microsoft. Right?
No,
All
I have it for my
platforms?
PS4. Yeah.
Okay,
it's for all
so
platforms.
all platforms. Oh, hold on. So it's Destiny. Destiny was only for Xbox 360 though, right?
No, I played Destiny on the PS4.
Oh, Destiny is Bungie.
Yeah, you're thinking of Halo
thinking of-
straight up because that Halo's
Yes.
only in Microsoft.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Some,
No, it's okay.
Anyway, Destiny, go.
So Destiny has actually broken a lot of records. I can't give you the exact numbers, but pretty much everyone went out and bought this game and or bought like what I did, where I took like that's my character up there. That's the back of my character, and I just to show that I do play the game. But like the fact of that this one game pretty much over like I can't put a number to it, that people actually sat there and spent $80 to buy the game, and then also the fact of they had a Bungie and Sony had a new Destiny PS4 made, so it's white and it has like the map on there and things like that, and that was $400 with the game plus 30 free days trial for PlayStation Plus and some extra downloadable content that came with it. That was like $400.
Bungie is laughing right now.
Yeah, they're stacking
And
up.
they took my money, guys. I bought a new PS4 with the Destiny layout on it. I got the 30 extra days plus all the downloadable content because like
You rich.
yeah, no, that was a birthday gift that I am now officially broke for and making up money for that. But but in my brain it was worth it because my PS4 actually crashed, so I had lost all of that content too. So I'm starting over from scratch. But the cool thing is with Destiny, with the new downloadable content, if you are doing Destiny for the first time and you haven't played at all, and all of your friends are playing, and they're already level 40 or whatever, there is actually a downloadable content called the Spark of Life where you can actually do this and it will boost you to level 25 immediately.
Spark of life.
I know.
Spark of life.
And yeah, so instead of you having to like start from 1 and try to catch up to 40, you can start off at 25 and go from there. So it's trying
extra.
No, it's just it comes with the whole thing, but you can only get that if you get
The $400
the $400.
All right, cool.
So like you can see that Bungie is obviously using little tactics to get people to spend more money to do that, but because
tactics.
But yeah, I know. Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? Like people will spend the money to do that if they need to. But I also like the fact that the first Destiny, it didn't have a story. You kind of just you were in this world. There was no world building. It was just like you're here.
Yeah,
shoot aliens, have fun.
Wait,
But
do you have Destiny yet?
Nah.
Oh, I was supposed to borrow it.
Yeah, both of y'all. But
I know we're
That's another story.
I'm working on it. But the fact of
You let me borrow Halo.
Okay.
which was
I'll kill both of y'all online.
pretty much. But the one thing that I do like about that is the fact that sorry, I'm trying to put all my words together here. But like I love the fact that it's just there's an actual story now. There's a reason why the Taken King has come into place is because in the first Destiny game you technically kill the son of the Taken King, so that's where you pretty much are.
Spoiler alert.
If you haven't played the game and you don't know that, get on my level 40. So the fact of
40, like that.
I threw it in there, but. It's really cool because everyone usually complained about the fact that Destiny didn't have a story. So now that you actually have one and it actually goes with everything, there's definitely more missions. There's more rare items, weapons, and things like that. And then just being able to play with you don't have to do it by yourself now. That's also where PlayStation comes into play. Is if you get PlayStation Plus, you can do the missions with a bunch of people. Oh. If you don't have PlayStation Plus, you have to do everything by yourself to a point.
Is it with Xbox? If you had Xbox Live, can you do it with
I think
people?
you can do it with people. I think it's just with PlayStation. That's how they're getting extra money for that. Because that's if you do PlayStation Plus for a year, that's $50 straight up. And then if you do it for 30 days, if you have the free code, then there's that. But it's like, I think it's $25 or something like that for that. So
I love to do it with people.
I'm so proud of you.
And you was just complaining about your brothers getting some Jordans.
This is my birthday gift. They get to do that anytime a shoe came out. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. But yeah, it's pretty much the fact that Peter Dinklage was also a really big part of Destiny, and he couldn't actually continue doing the voiceovers for the little ghost that's part of it. So they actually had to redo all of Peter Dinklage's lines for the new person who was doing Ghost. He's the guy who voices Nathan for Uncharted.
Okay.
So that voice actor is doing that now. And then now, apparently, after Taken King, there's more stuff that's going to be happening. So I think Destiny is going to be the game that's going to last just as long as Halo. All right. That's what they're saying.
Well, that was Bungie's thing. Like, we're creating a world that will last and that that is going to be better than Halo. Maybe even feature films, maybe even other content. So they're really going for it. And when Destiny dropped, I was kind of like, meh. But now the Taken King seems to be blowing up.
It's really good. It's definitely, if you're here for story and for good gameplay and just the most coolest things that you can do with your character, which is what I have there, it's pretty awesome, and I can still continue to play, and it's very interactive, and there's really actually not that many glitches that I've actually encountered yet, and I've only been playing for a week, so.
I will peep it out for sure.
Yep.
That's all we got for this week.
Yeah.
For GNT in the new studio. Alexis, where can the kids find you?
You can find me all over social media as atorres890. Also, don't forget to check out our sister networks, AfterBuzz TV and Popcorn Talk. If you love TV shows, you can find Joe and I talking about different TV shows there. If you love movies, Popcorn Talk is where the place to be, where you guys probably saw Mr. Joe talking about NWA versus, can't remember who the other.
Looking at me.
There you go.
That was here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And I thought that was really awesome.
Boom.
Yep, get it, buddy.
Where can the folks find you, Achilles Shine?
They can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Achilles Shine, baby.
All right.
Where can the folks find you, young 32-year-old brother?
Well, Players 33. What's happening?
They can find me. We're all 32-year-olds hang out. At Joe K. Braswell on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope, and some shows to be named later on our sister network AfterBuzz and our sister network Popcorn Talk. It's good to be here with the new studio. Thanks Steve Lemieux for engineering, and we will see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.